Hello, magical people. Welcome back to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and very happy to be here with you all today for this February 2025 astrology forecast for the collective and all 12 signs. As you guys can see, I've been having some different setups lately, and I've got a totally new setup today. Jens and I are on the road. So before I go further, if you guys could just let me know in the live chat and give me a 5x5, that would be greatly appreciated. Giving me a 5x5 to let me know you can see me, you can hear me okay, that we are all good. Okay, Chrissy, hello, Chrissy. Nice to see you, soul sister. 5x5, perfect. Thank you guys so much. Larry says, Meg looks like a big kitty cat. Yeah, this is very, I'm feeling in my Scorpio vibe. This is like, it's not dark behind me, but just with the light shining from outside and the camera, it looks like I'm a Scorpio coming at you with the astrology forecast from this like dark room. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. And before we get into our February astrology, oh, how do I share this? Check out our lovely Carla at Ascension Organites. Currently has a Valentine's Day silver jewelry sale. Her biggest jewelry sale of the year, all silver jewelry, 20% off. So you can go check that out, valid until February 15th. Also, you guys know that I do offer personal astrology readings that are available at the link in the description box below, consultations.beyondmystic.net, as well as my courses and workshops, all available at the link below. So, what the heck is going on, you guys? It's February of the Gregorian year 2025. How are we feeling? How are we doing? Let me know in the live chat. Let me know in the comments below. As I'm filming today's video for the astrology for February 2025, it is Saturday, February 1st, and we are having a very special astrological aspect today. Today is exact conjunction between Venus and Neptune. So Venus, of course, exalted in the sign of Pisces, Neptune at home in Pisces. And in conjunction, this is very, very magical, very, very spiritual, very creative and romantic. So I'm very, very happy to be here with you all for this video on this very, very magical, magical day. And I'm seeing you guys in the comments saying, Emily Ward says, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Oh my God, I forgot to say my rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. Okay, rabbit, rabbit, rabbit to all of you, wishing you a very happy and lucky February of 2025. Chrissy says, no wonder, I just want to lay around and be in my Pisces energy. LOL. Yeah, this is, guys, the Pisces vibes are freaking strong today as I'm filming this live. Moon in Pisces, Venus in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, North Node in Pisces, 5 placements in Pisces. So yeah, it can be totally normal, Chrissy, like you're saying, feeling like just laying around, chilling, daydreaming, resting. But then there can be some of us feeling really creative, feeling like we want to be doing something magical or spiritual. So very, very interesting energy for sure. So we're going to start off talking about the collective transits, and then we'll get into each of the 12 sign readings. And I'm seeing you guys that I'm looking a little dark over here. Just one second. Let me try to turn on another light. Just bear with me one second. You guys, we're on the road and we're trying our best. I'm just going to turn on a light because it's looking pretty dark. One second. Let's see if this helps. Okay, I've just turned on a light. Okay, that's a little bit brighter. Yes, Shari, blessed Imbolc. Today is also Imbolc in the natural Celtic calendar, the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. So very, very special weekend. But here in today's video, we're going to talk about February 2025. So let's start with some of the key astro dates for February 2025. So as I said, at the start of this video. Today, February 1st, as I'm filming, is exact Venus conjunct Neptune in Pisces. Super magical, super creative, super romantic. You guys, this is, I know a lot of you listening to this video are my fellow woosters, as I like to. Shoot, can you guys hear me? Technical difficulties. Okay, just one second, you guys. Let me fix this. My camera unplugged. Is that going to work? No. Shoot. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so sorry about that, you guys. I'm just going to forget about the camera and the microphone. Sorry about that, you guys. Can you let me know? Can you guys give me a 5x5? Willie's girl says 5x5, 5x5. Okay. Sorry, you guys. It's a little bit of a funky energy for me to be doing this on the road. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I'm just going to keep it like, we're just going to do it old school. We're just going to do it like this, and I'm not going to worry about the fancy camera. I'm not going to worry about the fancy microphone because, of course, the most important thing is the astrology. So, okay, let's continue, you guys. As I was saying, February 1st, exact Venus conjunct Neptune in Pisces. This first weekend of February, you want to be doing something spiritual, creative, romantic, behind the scenes, making time for rest and dream work. This is a very, very special energy. I'll share with you guys at the moment, I am on a family business trip. I have some family members that have some business in Las Vegas at the moment. So Jens and I are here in Las Vegas. And I didn't realize that we booked tickets today to go to a haunted museum on this exact Venus conjunct Neptune. So we're going to be going to this like haunted museum, probably having some very paranormal experiences with this Venus conjunct Neptune. Let me know what you guys are up to. If you've been noticing very interesting dreams this first week of February, if you've been having any paranormal or spiritual phenomena, that can definitely be coming up. And we can have big spiritual insights. Neptune is at rulership at home in Pisces, and Venus is exalted in Pisces. So this is very positive astrology. And by the way, as we go into February, nothing super intense and crazy. Okay, we are still having Mars retrograde until February 23rd, but we've been having that since December. There's no really super crazy aspects. We are going to have a funky full moon in Leo on February 12th. I'll talk about that. But February is kind of like the get yourself prepared point before March, which is absolutely going to be batshit crazy. We're going to have eclipse season in March. We're going to have Neptune enter Aries at the end of March. There's a lot going on. So we'll talk about that in the March astrology forecast. So going on to February 3rd, Venus enters Aries and Mercury in Aquarius trine Jupiter in Gemini. So Venus leaves her exalted sign of Pisces and enters actually her detriment sign of Aries on February 3rd. And Mercury trine Jupiter, you're going to notice in February, there's lots of Mercury transits going on. So Mercury, of course, is the planet of information, common sense, day-to-day facts and happenings, right? So the Mercury energy is very apparent. We'll talk more about that. February 4th, yay, Jupiter goes direct in Gemini. Woohoo! There's actually going to be a point in February from February 23rd to February 28th where all planets will be direct. Okay. How about that, you guys? February 23rd to February 28th, all planets will be direct. Yes, we will have Venus and Mercury in shadow period. But yeah, we're going to have a little bit of very direct energy, which is great. So February 4th, Jupiter goes direct in Gemini. That'll be fantastic. Fantastic for the Saggies, the Pisces, ruled by Jupiter, and the Geminis, and all of us as well. And that Jupiter retrograde that we've been going through, it's been kind of a challenge in terms of our hope, our optimism, our luck, opportunities. So those things going more positive once Jupiter goes direct. February 9th, we're going to have Mercury Cazimi. We have multiple Mercury Cazimis throughout the year. This one will be in the sign of Aquarius. And of course, Mercury Cazimis are dates where we receive profound downloads and insights, right? Whenever a planet, hi Tracy, nice to see you. And hello, MJ, nice to see you too. We get profound insights in whatever areas of life are ruled by the planet in exact conjunction to the sun. So, you know, Mercury, of course, is information, common sense, the day-to-day. In Aquarius, which is about our future. And, you know, you guys, we're going to be in Sun in Aquarius season until February 18th, and then we're going to enter Sun in Pisces season. So the Aquarian vibes are still strong until very much February 18th. February 11th, Sun in Aquarius square Uranus in Taurus. Okay, this is going to be a challenging, very unstable aspect. And it's going to be the day before the exact full moon in Leo on February 12th. Okay, so that's going to be, it's nice that the full moon is Leo. Of course, it's Leo, which is a very positive sign in astrology. But that full moon, as I'm going to show the chart in a bit, is going to be in a T-square to Uranus. So that's going to be challenging, quite unstable. February 14th, Valentine's Day, Mercury enters Pisces, and we will be still within the orb of this full moon in Leo on Valentine's Day, which I kind of like and I kind of don't like, because Leo rules romance and dating and one of the signs that rules sex, but that full moon is in a T-square to Uranus. So there can be actually instability, anything having to do like planned on Valentine's Day around there or in relationships. So very unexpected things coming up. We'll talk more about that. Then we've got February 18th, Sun enters Pisces, Pisces season with, this is not going to be a normal Pisces season because we've got the North Node, Neptune, and Saturn all in Pisces as well. So in the month of February, the Pisces influence is going to be very, very strong, which I know many of you know what Pisces is all about, but just to do a little bit of a recap, okay? Pisces is the last sign in astrology, the 12th sign, and it rules all that is not of this world, okay? What is not of this world, it rules the spirit world and the soul. So it's the most ungrounded sign. That's definitely going to be a challenge in February, feeling grounded. You're definitely going to want to do extra grounding, maybe take a little bit less time on the screens, you know, drinking, smoking weed, if you do things like that, because you will already be feeling like you're high with this Piscean energy. We're just naturally going to be feeling like we're in a dream or we're in another realm. We can be having a lot of spiritual, paranormal phenomena in the day-to-day life and also in our dream life. Darlene is saying, I'm feeling it already. I am feeling it as well. I've actually been feeling it the past 2 days, literally feeling like I'm in a dream. So very, very interesting, the Pisces energy. But the positive of that is people are mass spiritually awakening. And also Pisces is about divine miracles and healing. So I think there's beautiful miracles that can be taking place in the collective, in our personal lives with this very strong Pisces influence. And also huge insights as well, spiritually coming through. February 20th, once we're in Pisces season, we will have Mercury in Pisces square Jupiter in Gemini. That's going to be a confusing day, definitely, because Pisces to begin with, Pisces season with the North Node, Neptune, Saturn, I mean, holy guacamole, that's going to be confusing, okay? It's going to feel funky. It's going to feel beautiful and at points blissful and very magical, but it's so much Pisces that we're definitely going to feel confused about maybe something in our personal lives, wherever we have the sign of Pisces in our personal charts, and also in the collective. February can feel like a bit of a confusing month, and I don't think we're going to get the full clarity of big picture items until we get into the spring, until we go into Aries season, spring equinox. So yeah, that February 20th day, be mindful of lies, deception, confusion, some funkiness. Can be a little bit of a weird day there. And of course, Jupiter is the traditional ruler of Pisces. February 23rd, yay, Mars goes direct in Cancer. Woohoo! So we've been having this Mars retrograde since the beginning of December 2024. And oh my God, we've been having so much BS, power struggles, lack of energy, moodiness. Mars is the ruler of Aries and Scorpios. So all my Aries and Scorpios, sun and risings, congratulations, because we will soon have our ruler Mars direct. We're going to be feeling a lot better. We're going to be still having this theme of power struggles with this Mars retrograde until February 23rd, and going to be really big in particular regarding the US and Canada relationship. As I'm filming this video today, we've got Trump is supposedly going to start tariffs on Canada 25%. Now, of course, USA and Canada are both Cancers in astrology, in their astrology charts, sun in Cancers. So I was traveling the whole past day. So let me know, you guys, if anybody knows more info on this, if anybody's heard President Trump confirm that he's going to do the tariffs. I'd like to, this is going to be a big thing in February, the power struggle between the US and Canada geopolitically, who are both Cancers. And also for Canada, it's going to be extremely confusing because Canada is an Aries rising. So its chart ruler is Mars. It's going to be freaking weird for Canada. This was from yesterday. This is from Global News Canada. Trump confirms Canada tariffs come into effect Saturday, may not include oil. So let's just take this little clip. Let's just listen to this little clip. And we'll listen to it this way. Okay. Oh, there we go.
So we'll be announcing the tariffs on Canada and Mexico for a number of reasons. Number one is the people that have poured into our country so horribly and so much. Number two are the drugs, fentanyl, and everything else that have come into the country. And number three are the massive subsidies that we're giving to Canada and to Mexico in the form of deficits. And I'll be putting the tariff of 25% on Canada and separately 25% on Mexico. And we will really have to do that because we have very big deficits with those countries. Those tariffs may or may not rise with time.
It will be part of that, though, because we get oil from Canada.
Oil is going to have nothing to do with it as far as I'm concerned. Oil has nothing to do with it.
Tariffs on Canada and Mexico, 25%. That's coming on Saturday?
It's coming on the first Saturday.
But no oil tariff, no oil tariffs.
No, I don't. Well, I didn't say that. You said that. No.
Well, I don't want to misinterpret.
No, we may or may not. We're going to make that determination probably tonight
Oh, my
on
God.
oil. Yeah, because they send us oil. We'll see. It depends on what the price is. If the oil is properly priced, if they treat us properly, which they don't. Look, Mexico and Canada have never been good to us on trade. They've treated us very unfairly on trade. And we will be able to make that up very quickly because we don't need the products that they have. We have all the oil you need. We have all the trees you need, meaning the lumber. We have more than almost anybody in those two categories. In oil, we have more than anybody, and we don't need anybody's trees. We have to free up some of the tree areas that we have. We have great lumber in this country. We have to free them up environmentally, which I can do very quickly. But we don't need what they have. And for us to be subsidizing Canada to the tune of $175 billion a year and subsidizing Mexico to the tune of $250 billion, $300 billion a year. And Mexico is a method of China sending in its product. And with China, I'm also thinking about something because they're sending fentanyl into our country. And because of that, they're causing us hundreds of thousands of deaths. So China is going to end up paying a tariff also for that. And we're in the process of doing that.
So guys, sorry, I keep looking up at the other camera. I got to look at this camera now because I'm doing my old setup. This is fucking crazy, okay? That there's going to be these tariffs on Canada and Mexico, and we're going through this Mars retrograde power struggle between the USA and Canada. Now, I'm not going to go too into this in today's February astrology video. I'm going to try my best as I'm on the road to keep up to date with this situation. And maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I might actually do a whole kind of special live stream on the astrology between USA and Canada coming up. So stay tuned for that, you guys. But this is going to be a very big thing for us in February. I know not everybody listening is from the USA or Canada, but I am a Canadian, and many of our viewers on the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic channels are Canadian or American. So we're going to keep up to date with that. It's going to be very confusing for Canada. So Canadians, I want you to be buckled up and ready, okay? Because February is going to be very weird for Canadians, very confusing, very frustrating as well. And I want to be wrong about that, but it's still a Mars retrograde and it's our chart ruler. So I'll do a whole other special video on that, okay? So this is wild stuff, you guys. Absolutely wild stuff. Very big geopolitical changes, also personal changes we can be going through as well. So February 23rd, Mars goes direct. That's when, for Canada and the US, once that Mars goes direct, and hopefully it happens before that, we're going to get more clarity as to what the F is happening moving forward. Up until then, it's going to be confusing. It's going to be frustrating. It's going to be weird, particularly for Canadians, because we've got this prime minister that intended to step down, but isn't really not the prime minister. It's this whole weird situation. So I'll unpack that in another special video coming up. Moving on to February 25th, we've got Mercury conjunct Granddaddy Saturn in Pisces, and that's 2 days before our new moon in Pisces on February 27th. That Mercury conjunct Saturn on February 25th, that's going to be a very sobering reality check moment regarding information being revealed and coming through in the collective in our personal lives. And we're also going to have that Mercury conjunct Saturn on the new moon in Pisces on February 27th. So we'll unpack the new moon chart in a few minutes, but it's very interesting that a lot of this, start of the Pisces season, and for a lot of February, it's going to be very airy-fairy. It's going to be very ungrounded. It's going to be very illusory in its challenging side. And then by the end of this month, we've got this Mercury conjunct Granddaddy Saturn, where it's almost like I'm seeing a big spirit, like big slap on the face with a piece of fish or something, big reality check that's going to be coming through. So regarding the Pisces ruled areas of life, right? The medical system, spirituality, the arts, the entertainment industry, humanitarianism. So lots going on this month, but not a super intense month as we're going to have in March. Again, March is eclipse season. I am going to be doing a March eclipse season workshop coming up soon. I'll give the details for that. Going to be a very, very big eclipse season. Oh my goodness, you guys. So let me know in the comments what you guys think so far. And do I want to share the charts of the full moon and the new? Yeah, I'll share those really quick, and then we'll get into the 12 sign readings. So here we've got the chart for our full moon in Leo on February 12th, 2025. This is going to be a full moon at 24 degrees of Leo. So it's at a Pisces degree, and it's in a T-square almost exact to Uranus, the dispositor of the sun in Aquarius. So at this new moon, sun is 24 degrees Aquarius, moon 24 degrees Leo. In a T-square, right? So the sun and moon are both in square to Uranus, who that pesky Uranus, geez Louise, we've been going through this Uranus in Taurus since 2018. so unstable. Uranus, the planet of the future, moving forward, innovation, insight, our higher consciousness in Taurus, the most grounded sign in astrology, the most need for comfort sign and nature, right? So this is going to be an uncomfortable full moon. It is 2 days before Valentine's Day, so it can be quite a fiery, electric, unpredictable Valentine's Day with Mars still retrograde. Okay, thank God we've got Mars in trine to Granddaddy Saturn, but Mars will be square Chiron, only 2 degrees off from being exact. So I'm seeing this Valentine's Day, if you're in a relationship, just being aware it's not going to be the most romantic, positive Valentine's Day of all time. There's going to be probably some shocking, unpredictable world events that take place around and during this full moon. Okay, of course, Leo is the sign of fun and play and creativity and being in our confidence, and it is romance and can be sex. But in that T square to Uranus, this is kind of making me feel like a little bit of circus vibes, a little bit of, sometimes I hear that intuitively, and I'm definitely intuitively feeling that circus song as I look at this full moon in Leo chart. This is a weird full moon. I would advise not being in super crowded places. Don't be doing anything too risky. Okay. Leo rules riskiness. Uranus also rules riskiness. They're in square to each other. T squared. There can be shit coming up in people's relationships. Okay. I'll just put it like that. Like wounds coming up that need to be dealt with to help us move forward in our certain relationships in alignment with us or not. Okay. So it is a good full moon for us to be letting go, cleansing what no longer serves in those Leo ruled areas of life of our sense of fun, confidence, what's holding us back from being in our confidence, our empowerment, our creativity, our romance. But know that it is going to be a funky, weird, right? Uranus is also weirdness, and we're still in Aquarius season. Weird full moon. And I think it's going to be a lot of weirdness surrounding political leaders, Leo, the entertainment industry, some shocking twists and turns and developments having to do with famous people, information being revealed about them, celebrities, the entertainment. So that's going to be interesting to see what that's all about. Then our new moon in Pisces on February 27th or February 28th, depending on where you are in the world, is I like this. I like the new moon more than I like the full moon. Okay, it's another new moon that we've got at 9 degrees. Our last new moon that we just had in Aquarius a few days ago from when I'm filming this is, I'm seeing some of you guys in the comments. Ellie, hi Ellie, says Epstein list going public could have to do with Epstein, could have to do with Diddy, or, Uranus is unpredictability. Right, you guys? So it could be something totally freaking different that we're not even aware of right now. So interesting. We'll stay tuned for that. This new moon in Pisces, I do like this more than the full moon in Leo. We've got, the moon in Pisces, very magical sign, Saturn, Mercury, North Node, Neptune, all in Pisces as well. So this is a very magical new moon to be setting your intentions, to be doing manifestations. And this is our last lunation before we have our last new moon before we have the astrological new year at the spring equinox. As Megan says, royal family. Yeah, Leo is royalty, could also be the royalty highlighted with that full moon in Leo. So with this Pisces new moon on February 28th, set your intentions. Great to set your intentions and manifest in spiritual and creative ways. That's Pisces, vision boards, meditation, sound healing, creativity. Love it for all of that. We are going to have Jupiter, which is the traditional dispositor of Pisces, in square to the new moon. But Jupiter will be direct by that point. Uranus will be direct and Mars will be direct. So this is actually new moon with all planets direct, you guys. So I really, really like the energy of that for sure. Okay, so nothing too crazy this month. I think the craziest point will be around that full moon in Leo with the T-square to Uranus. That's going to be February 12th exact. So you're going to want to mark your calendars for that. And yeah, let's get into the readings for each of the 12 signs for the month of February 2025, which is, as we enter Pisces season, this is the end of the astrological natural year, and we're getting prepared to enter the astrological new year in spring equinox, which is the beginning, March 19th or 20th, I think. So, okay, let's get into each of the 12 signs, and we're going to start with our Aries. Aries, sun, moon, and risings. How are we doing? And as we go through each of the sign readings, I recommend that you listen to your rising sign, most importantly, and then your sun sign, and then your moon sign. Okay, Aries. Well, Aries, I really, really like that this month your ruler Mars is going to be going direct on February 23rd. I know that that's not till a little bit later in the month, but Aries, you and the Scorpio sun and risings have been going through a little bit of a challenging time with that Mars retrograde since the beginning of December. So very positive that Mars is going to be going direct. You're going to be feeling more energized, less frustrated, more inspired to move forward. So that is very fantastic for you. Also very nice for you that Venus is going to be moving into your sign on February 4th. So whenever we have Venus in our sign, we can be feeling, the pleasures and beauties of life. You can be noticing that you're even more good looking during that time. May sound weird for me to say, you guys, but when Venus is in our sign, we actually look even more beautiful. We feel sexy. We feel good. We're in the pleasure and enjoyment of life. It's very pleasurable to have Venus in your sign. So Aries, that's going to be starting for you on February 4th. And by the way, you guys, Venus is going to be going retrograde at the beginning of March. So any important beauty appointments that you are planning, you're not going to want to do them in March while Venus is retrograde. February is when you're going to want to get haircuts, any beauty appointments, anything like that. Do it before March. You are not going to want to do that in March. And I'll do another reminder, different reminders for that coming up. Aries, you're going to be having the full moon in Leo in your 5th house, and then the new moon in Pisces in your 12th house. So that full moon in Leo, it is in your 5th house. It is in your fun house. So that is a good full moon to be having fun, be creative, put yourself in the spotlight. But it is in a T-square to Uranus in your 2nd house. And remember, that full moon is on February 12th. So Aries, I want you to be mindful of any risky purchases or investments with that Uranus in your 2nd house of finances and resources. Not a good full moon time to be overspending, making big risky purchases or financial changes. But I do really like that full moon for you showcasing your gifts and talents, having fun, romance, and creativity. The new moon in Pisces on February 28th is in your 12th house. So that is a beautiful new moon for you to be setting your intentions, manifesting in spiritual and creative ways. And you can be getting profound spiritual, intuitive insights for sure. Aries, actually the whole month of February with the North Node in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, and then when the sun ingresses into Pisces starting on February 18th, all in your 12th house. This is very magical and spiritually rewarding and uplifting for you. So I really like the astrology for Aries for the month of February. I think this is going to be one of the more positive months of the year for you in 2025. And I'm sending lots and lots of cosmic love your way. Mwah. Next, we go to my fellow Taurus, sun, risings, and moons. Tauruses, as I mentioned, you might have just heard me say, Venus is going to be going retrograde in March. Venus is our ruler, our planetary ruler. So February, we've still got Venus direct. Make use of this, Taurus. If there's any beauty appointments or financial big decisions that you need to make, do it in February before we move into March. And I'll keep reminding you guys of that as we go along in my astrology transit videos. We do have Venus at her detriment sign in Aries, which is nice for the Aries, but can be a little bit more challenging for the Tauruses. So Tauruses, you can be noticing in February, you're a little bit more fiery. You're a little bit more impatient. You're more active than usual with our ruler in Aries. So that can be something good because sometimes we can be very slow moving, us Taurians. So what else have we got? We got the full moon in Leo in your 4th house on February 12th. So this is a really good full moon to be cleansing the home, letting go of family, ancestral issues, doing ancestral healing. If you feel to cleanse out the home, okay, full moon in the 4th house, do some feng shui or do something fun in the home. Leo in the 4th house. We've got the new moon in Pisces on February 28th, 27th, depending where you are in the world, in your 11th house. So that is a fantastic new moon, similar to the Aries, what I just said for the Aries Taurus, for you to be manifesting, putting your intentions for the future and your long-term goals and wishes. The 11th house of Aquarius is our long-term goals and wishes and the future. You can be receiving very profound downloads, insights regarding your future with that new moon in Pisces on February 28th. You can also be receiving new friendships, new like-minded community, new insights about maybe how to work even professionally with friends or who the people are that you want to attract around you in your life. I love that new moon for you to be maybe going into like-minded community for a new moon ceremony or event. That can be very, very fun. So the month of February for my fellow Tauruses, I like it. I like it. Just be mindful, again, that Venus is at her detriment sign, but I like it overall. So sending lots of love for my Tauruses. Mwah. Love you guys. Next, we go to our Gemini, sun, moon, and risings. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini. As I said, we're having a lot going on with the planet Mercury during this month. If you didn't hear me talk about that, maybe rewind, listen from the beginning of the video. I was having some technical issues there. Sorry about the technical issues, but yeah, lots of aspects to Mercury this month. So it's going to be a lot of mental activity, information being revealed in our personal lives and in the collective as well. Mercury is in Aquarius and then is going to be moving into Pisces later on in the month. So, you know, when that Mercury goes into Pisces, which let me double check the date for that. Mercury enters Pisces on Valentine's Day, February 14th. That's going to be, you know, right before the sun enters Pisces. Once Mercury enters Pisces, that's going to feel really dreamy, really ungrounded, really out there. So Geminis, you may be noticing that you can be more floaty than usual starting on February 14th with Mercury in Pisces. The sun is going to enter Pisces. North Node, Neptune, Saturn. We're in Pisces City over here. Okay, that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call February going into March Pisces freaking City. So Geminis, you guys tend to be grounded. You tend to be able to operate in the day-to-day, but in February, especially once that Mercury enters Pisces, you may be feeling a lot like a Pisces. Okay. So if you're noticing that, you're not going crazy. It's just the astrology, but your intuition can be getting very strong. There can be big spiritual development and insights going on for you. And definitely pay attention to your dreams throughout the month, particularly from February 14th and onwards. We've got the full moon in Leo on February 12th in your third house. So that's a good full moon for you to be letting go of what no longer serves you, having to do with your day-to-day life, your local community, subjects that you've been learning. Maybe there's a subject that you're finished learning and a new kind of workshop subject that you want to be taking part in. Your friendships are highlighted, your siblings and cousins, local community as well. So it's a nice full moon for you to maybe be doing something in the local community. But as I said earlier in the video, don't do anything crazy. Don't be in any really big crowds around that full moon in Leo, because I think there's going to be some unpredictable collective events going on with that T-square to Uranus. Then on February 28th, we've got the new moon in Pisces in your 10th house. Ooh, Geminis, this is a fantastic new moon for you to be setting intentions, manifesting, taking action, having to do with your work, your career, your long-term goals, and your legacy. And perhaps many of you Geminis will be inspired to step into new Piscean work roles or careers, things having to do with the arts or healing institutions, the medical field, spirituality, healing arts. So big changes and insights having to do with your work and your long-term goals. Definitely set your intentions for sure with that new moon. And there can be magical spiritual phenomena happening in the workplace, happening with your parents. Let us know what's going on, Geminis, and if that resonates. So sending lots of cosmic love your way, and have an absolutely magical February. Okay, next we've got our Cancies, as I like to call you, our Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Risings. So Cancers, you're ruled by the moon, and we're going to be having eclipses next month in March. So March is going to be very intense and powerful month for you. February, we do have that funky full moon in Leo on February 12th. So Cancers, you may be feeling more emotionally sensitive or moody around that full moon, since you are ruled by the moon, of course. And that new moon in Pisces, I really do like that a lot more energetically on February 28th. So you can be feeling very dreamy and inspired and creative with that lunation. The full moon in Leo is happening in your second house. So on or around February 12th, and even the next 6-month period after that lunation, because the lunations don't just have effect during the day of the full moon, but can actually be an influence for the whole next 6 months until the new moon that we have in that respective sign. This is a letting go process of values that don't serve you anymore, income streams that don't serve you anymore. And I'm hearing Spirit say, with this full moon being in the sign of Leo, do you love what you do professionally and how you're making your money? Do you feel in love with what you're doing day to day? Second house. If not, that's going to be very, very apparent, and there may be new opportunities for you to make money, be able to financially support yourself in ways that you truly love and are passionate about. So that full moon in Leo is really good for you to reflect, Cancers, on what are you passionate about, and are you doing that in life, right? And can you translate that into how you make money and your abundance, right? And where are you at with your values at the moment? The new moon in Pisces on February 28th is in your 9th house. So that's a beautiful new moon for you to be setting your intentions, manifesting. You're going to be very intuitive. Your higher consciousness is going to be very active. Some of you guys may be foreign traveling in faraway, distant locations, okay, because that new moon is in your 9th house of travel with Pisces in your 9th house. So those are actually the two things in astrology ninth house of Sagittarius and Pisces that rule far away locations. Good time to be traveling around the end of the month or planning a trip to a faraway country. Also good time to be starting a new course or workshop and to be reflecting on your belief systems as well. So Cancers, love you all very, very much and wishing you an absolutely magical month of February. Next, we've got our Leos, our lovely Leos. As similar to what I said for the Cancers, you know, Cancers ruled by the moon, Leos ruled by the sun. We're going to be having eclipses, which involve the sun and the moon in March. So March is going to be, just be forewarned, Leos, that I know we're not in March yet, but March is going to be very intense month for you. You're not going to want to overbook yourself, do anything crazy in March, okay, because that's going to be a lot of energy. We'll talk about that more in videos coming up. We're going to have the full moon in Leo in your sign. Happy full moon in Leo on February 12th, of course, in your first house. And it's in a T square to Uranus. Okay, so this is going to be, I like to call it a funky, dunky full moon. Okay, this is going to be a weird, unpredictable full moon. And since it is in your sign, Leo, you can be having some shocking events or insights. It doesn't have to be all necessarily negative, even though it's in a T square to Uranus. It's going to be unstable, but I'm hearing Spirit say you're being shifted out of what no longer serves you in shocking ways. Okay. Be honest with yourself about what isn't serving you from the foundations of your life, your identity, your work and career. That Uranus and T square, that full moon is in your 10th house. And, you know, we do have Pluto in Aquarius in your 7th house. So there's huge transformation and changes with that transit now in your love and work relationships, your aesthetic as well, and pleasure and enjoyment in life. So that full moon in Leo, you know, very good time to be doing some letting go, cleansing, and reflection for sure. New moon in Pisces on February 28th is going to be in your 8th house, the most intense house in astrology. So that new moon is very, very magical for you, Leos. Amazing new moon for you to be doing spiritual, magical practice of manifestation, setting your intentions. Your intuition is going to be on fire, okay? Because the 8th house of Scorpio, one of the water sign houses, is very spiritual. It's our occult abilities, it's our intuition, it's death and people from the other side, with Pisces in there. So that can be actually quite paranormal and magical there for you. And I'm not a financial expert, okay, Leos, I'm not a financial advisor, but just saying that I do really like this new moon is in your 8th house of investing. So this is a good time for investments, return on investments, and merging resources with soulmate partnerships as well. And some Leos may be going to the next level in a relationship or meeting a new soulmate around that new moon in Pisces. Excuse me. So I love you, Leo. Is going to be a very transformational month for you. Wow, with full moon in your sign and then new moon in the 8th house. So let me know what's going on for all the Leos. Love you all so much and wishing you an absolutely magical month of February. As Megan says, my partner Chris is a Leo. He's listening now as well. Hello. Definitely already going through a huge transformation in his life. Love it. Thank you for sharing that. All right, now we move to our Virgos. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. What is going on? Virgo, similar to what I said for the Geminis, you know, you and the Geminis are ruled by your planetary ruler, Mercury. And starting on February 14th, Valentine's Day, Mercury will ingress into Pisces, where he doesn't really like to be. Okay, it's very ungrounded. It's very airy-fairy. Of course, don't get me wrong. I love the Pisces. Sometimes the Pisces get very triggered when I talk about the Pisces because it is a very challenging sign, even though it can be the most blissful, magical sign. Especially for you Virgos, you can be feeling a little bit wonky and out of sorts starting on February 14th, moving forward with that Mercury in Pisces. There can be ungroundedness, there can be confusion. Want you guys to be mindful of deception as well. That goes for all of us, but particularly for the Virgos and the Geminis. So if as we get to mid-month, you're like, okay, what the F is going on? I'm feeling like a Pisces. I'm not feeling like my normal Virgo self. I'm a little bit all over the place. You guys, it's because we're going to have 5 placements in Pisces all at the same time. Okay, so it's going to be Pisces City, as I'm calling it. So Virgo, doing extra grounding starting mid-month will be very, very good for you. But you're being spiritually activated. So pay attention to your dreams, and your intuition and your creativity is going to be on fire as well. Full moon in Leo on February 12th is going to be in your 12th house. So that is a beautiful full moon for you to be doing some letting go and cleansing spiritually regarding deep-seated karmic issues. And this will just come up naturally for you Virgos. It's also very creative full moon. It's in the sign of Leo, which is our creativity, in the 12th house, which is also a very creative house. So amazing full moon time for you to actually be spending time behind the scenes doing spiritual and or creative work or practices for sure. New moon in Pisces on February 27th or 28th, depending on where you are, is in the 7th house. Oh my God, Virgo. This is one of my big predictions for the Virgos for 2025. And this month it's going to be activated big time. If you're a single Virgo, you could be literally meeting a soulmate in love or work this month, particularly around that new moon in Pisces on February 28th. So your relationships are highlighted, new people coming into your life. Be open to that if you'd like a new relationship. And if you're already in a relationship, Virgos, your love and work relationships are going to the next spiritual level. So this is a very dreamy month for you. It's a very romantic month for you. Gonna be fun. So that's exciting, Virgos. Very, very cool. You're making new spiritual commitments, new deeper depths, if you will, of spiritual commitments to yourself and in relationships. So love you, Virgos, so much. And I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way. Next, we've got our lovely Libras. Libras, similar to what I said to your sister sign Tauruses. Okay, you and the Tauruses ruled by Venus. Be mindful that our ruler Venus is going to be going retrograde in March. So any important financial decisions, beauty appointments, try to make those, if possible, in February before we go into March. That actually goes for all signs, but in particular, most of all for the Libras and the Tauruses. On February 4th, our planetary ruler Venus is going to enter Aries, her detriment sign. So Libras and Tauruses, you can be feeling a bit more like an Aries in the month of February, more fiery, active, easily, frustrated, impatient, but also driven. So that's going to be very interesting for us. Full moon in Leo on February 12th is going to be in your 11th house. So this is a full moon of, major kind of shocking, unpredictable endings, letting go. For you, it can have to do with friends, group associations, long-term dreams that maybe you've fulfilled, you've realized, or are coming to a transformation point to be created into something new. Definitely your friends and group associations and relationship with the future is highlighted around that time. The new moon in Pisces on February 28th is in your 6th house. Okay, so this is an amazing new moon, Libras, to be starting a new health or exercise or daily routine. Absolutely fantastic. There can be breakthroughs taking place having to do with your physical and or mental health, and new positive work opportunities can be coming up that are Piscean in nature. So having to do with the arts, the medical field, the healing arts, even spirituality as well. So very, very cool for you Libras. I like the energy of February. Let me know how you guys are feeling, and I'm sending lots and lots of cosmic love your way. Next, we've got my fellow crazy Scorpios. Okay, Scorpios. You know, we're going to get a little bit of a break by the end of the month. Our traditional planetary ruler, Mars, is going to go direct. Okay, so I don't know about all my fellow Scorpio and Aries. This Mars retrograde, I have been really, really moody since the beginning of December and just like snappy at times. Jens has seen it. So if you're a Scorpio or an Aries, you probably know what I'm talking about. That is going to ease off once, thank God, Mars goes direct. We're going to feel more energized, a little bit more stable. Okay, Scorpio is the sign of extremes, so we're not always completely stable, but we'll be feeling a little bit more ourselves, more normal once Mars goes direct on February 23rd. And let's see. We've got our full moon in Leo in the 10th house, okay, with T squared to Uranus in the 7th house. So there can be some unpredictable happenings having to do with our work, our career, our love partners, our work partners. We are having our legacy, our long-term goals in our work highlighted, as well as our relationships with Uranus and T square in the 7th house. So good full moon to be letting go of what no longer serves you, having to do with your long-term goals, your work, your relationships. And then we've got the new moon in Pisces on February 28th in our 5th house. Yay! This is very positive. This is very fun. This is very creative and magical, Scorpio. So by the end of the month, you're going to be feeling really, really nice once Mars is direct. New moon in Pisces in the 5th house, our fun house. Yes, we deserve a nice transit over here. Amazing new moon to be releasing a new project, showcasing your gifts and talents, having fun, being in your creativity, connecting to your inner child. Very, very nice. Okay, as Borat says. So love it, love it, love it. Sending lots of cosmic love your way, Scorpios, and have an amazing February. Next, we've got our Saggy Waggies. Saggies. Well, good news that your planetary ruler Jupiter is going to be going direct in Gemini on February 4th. Yay! And that Jupiter square to Saturn has really eased off a bit. So I really like the month of February for you Saggies. You can be feeling like, oh, I'm getting the sense intuitively a lot of Saggies will be feeling like they can breathe, feel a bit more like themselves again. Okay, yes, Jupiter is still in his detriment sign of Gemini until June 9th. Then he's going to go exalted into Cancer. That's going to be absolutely kick-ass. We'll talk about that more moving forward. But yeah, love that your ruler Jupiter going direct, not in a heavy square to Granddaddy Saturn at the moment. That's been on and off for the past almost year. We've got the full moon in Leo happening in your 9th house, in your home house on February 12th. So some of you Saggies may be traveling in a foreign location, taking a course, completing a trip, completing a course, letting go of beliefs that no longer serve you. That's a full moon that is going to be very, very potent since it is in your home house. Definitely make some time for meditation or whatever full moon practices you like to do to integrate the energy and insights that are going to come through with that. We've got new moon in Pisces in your 4th house on February 28th. So this can be a beautiful new beginning having to do with home, family, your emotional foundations. Good new moon for you to be spending time at home with your family, with your loved ones, doing some cleansing out of the home, bringing new energy into the home. Pisces is spirituality and spiritual objects. So that would be a very good new moon to maybe do like a crystal grid in the home, doing some feng shui, a little bit of Piscean magic in the home with the family. Love it, love it, love it. Very magical energy, new moon in Pisces in your 4th house. So I like the energy of February for you Saggies. Let me know how all y'all are feeling and I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way. Okay, next we've got our Cappies, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Capricorn, you know, we've got that Saturn still in Pisces. We're kind of at that just over the hump of the midway of this Saturn and Pisces transit. And we're going to have a lot of Pisces this month of February. So Capricorn, you are the higher expression of the earth signs. You like things to be grounded. You like to be dedicated. You like to be working hard. You like people to be in their common sense and acting responsibly. But this is going to be a month where you're going to notice even you are going to be feeling a little bit airy-fairy. You're going to be feeling like you're in a dream world. We're all going to be feeling that. And you're going to be noticing other people can be really feeling that Piscean vibe. So that can be a little bit annoying to some of the Capricorns, but positive that the world is going through a mass spiritual awakening for sure. So Capricorn, you being the highest vibration of an earth sign, you're going to help us to stay grounded through this process. We've got the full moon in Leo on February 12th in your 8th house. So that's a very big full moon of letting go, real deal cleansing and completion of any toxicity that doesn't serve you in your life. Since it is in the sign of Leo, this can be a release of inner child issues, romance and love issues, issues having to do with your sense of fun and play and enjoyment, letting that go. So very good full moon for you to be doing some cleansing. Capricorns can also be returns of investments that you're receiving around that time. Even though it's in your 8th house, I don't like that full moon for you to be making big investments, even though it's your 8th house, because we do have Uranus in the 5th house in T-square, which is the other house of investments. So be very mindful of your finances and your money, not doing anything too overly risky. Remember, there's going to be a lot of illusions and lack of like real clarity in the month of February. So not everything is as it seems. New moon in Pisces on February 28th is in your 3rd house. So this is a great new moon to be spending time with siblings, friends, cousins, your local community. You can be meeting new spiritual and or creative people in your local community, making new connections, networking, marketing. Really like that new moon for business, work, spending time with your relations, and in your local spiritual Pisces community can be very nice and fun. So Capricorns, I love you all very much. Let me know in the comments how you're all doing, and sending lots of cosmic love your way for February. Okay, next we've got our Aquarians. Do we have any Aquarians here with us live? Sorry, you guys, I'm drinking a lot of coffee because, side note, Aquarians and everybody, a few days ago, Jens and I flew from Belgium to Canada, and then we were jet lagged from that. And then last night we flew from Canada to Las Vegas. So I am like, the coffee is being the lifesaver for me right now. Sorry if I keep drinking it throughout the video. We are in full Sagittarian mode right now. We're just flying through the times. Okay, but Aquarians, what have we got for you? We have got, you know, your traditional ruler, Uranus, still in Taurus, and is going to be with that full moon in Leo in a T-square. So that's going to be very unpredictable, weird. With that full moon in Leo happening in your 7th house, there can be some very big endings or completions having to do with your commitments, your love and work relationships, okay? Also highlighting your family with Uranus in the 4th house. So Aquarians, this is a month of, particularly around that full moon in Leo, February 12th, being honest with yourself about the relationships and people that you have in your life, and do they serve you? Do they not serve you? Do they honor you for who you truly are in your Aquarian weirdness? Because we need you guys right now. Pluto is now fully in Aquarius. You are here to be the way showers for us into the age of Aquarius. And you don't need anybody around you that makes you feel like poop. You don't need people around you that don't believe in you or respect you, most importantly. So your relationships and your commitments are very highlighted with that full moon in Leo, and can be some shocking developments having to do with those. New moon in Pisces on February 28th is in your second house. So this is a fantastic new moon for looking at your values, feeling very confident in your self-worth, new income streams, abundance in Pisces ruled areas of life, the healing arts, creativity, spirituality, the medical field. Karen says, you're speaking exactly to me. Sending lots of love to your Karen, and it means everything to me that I hope what I'm saying resonates, you guys. Love you guys so much. Awesome new moon to be setting intentions around your abundance, your value, your income. And Aquarians, you're going through huge life changes. You're going through the biggest initiation of your life now that Pluto is in your sign. So of course there's going to be relationship transformation. Of course there's going to be income transformation as well. And we're still in Aquarius season. So sending lots of love, Aquarians, very potent historical times for us personally and in the collective. And I'm sending lots and lots of cosmic love your way. Next, we've got our Pisces, sun, moon, and risings. Well, Pisces, you're going to be damn, yeah, out of everybody, you're going to be in your element, okay? Because we freaking got the sun going into Pisces and Mercury going into Pisces, Saturn, Neptune, the North Node. So you're going to be like, yay, everybody feels like me. I'm not the crazy one, right? But I will say, Pisces, you can be feeling extremely, and I'm not trying to put this on you, it's just the astrology. There could be times this month where you could be extremely ungrounded and floaty and in your, just Piscean realm. Okay, so this is a month where please, 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 and I know you guys hear me say this all the time, but Pisces, stay grounded. Keep it together. Have you Pisces ever seen that movie Bowfinger? Okay, I'm getting spirit is showing me there's this movie Bowfinger that my family loves. And one of the famous lines is Eddie Murphy. And he goes, I got to keep it together, keep it together, keep it together, keep it together. And it feels like that for you, Pisces. Keep it together. I'm hearing spirit say you could literally say that throughout the month if you're feeling really, really ungrounded with all this Pisces, if it's tripping you out. You could just say, I'm going to keep it together. I am keeping it together. I am grounded. I am safe. Yeah. Okay. You guys have seen Bowfinger. It's a hilarious movie. Extra grounding is needed. And spirit is saying, Pisces, not everything is as it seems. And some of you guys may be feeling like totally freaking tuning out through, spiritual stuff, which is great, but okay, the fireworks are going off while I'm saying this. So I feel like this is the universe saying, pay attention. Yes, it's great to be spiritual and to be spiritually open and to be wearing your crystals and to be doing your meditation. But if you are not grounded in your body, if you cannot even feel your body, if you cannot even operate day to day and get out of your bed, okay, that's an issue. So Pisces, eat very good grounding foods. TJ says, go for a walk in the forest. This is not a month to be doing a lot of substances because you're already going to be feeling like you're high or you're in a dream world. Okay. So I know Pisces, some of you guys get triggered when I talk about the Pisces like that, but it just is the way it is. You guys are the most spiritual, magical sign. And you guys are the magical creatures that are already in this high dimensional realm. So now with all these planets in Pisces, it can literally feel like you're flying. Okay. Keep your feet on the ground, take deep breaths, drink lots of water, do extra grounding. I'm going to be saying that to you guys over and over again. All right. Full moon in Leo is going to be happening in your 6th house. So thank God for that. Okay. Thank freaking God for that, because that's a very grounding and sobering house. It's about your health. It's about your day-to-day routines. So that's an amazing full moon for you. Maybe even to be like doing a cleanse, focusing on your health, reevaluating your health, letting go of toxic health or day-to-day patterns or routines that don't serve you, okay? And remember, you guys, when we've got, this is why astrology is so powerful. Some of you Pisces may be listening and going, okay, whatever, Meg, I could do that any day. I can't stop eating my mushroom tea. I'm addicted to my mushroom tea, just using a silly example. Well, if you actually tuned into the astrology and on the full moon in Leo went, you know what, I need to stop being like tuned out the entire time. Full moon in Leo, my intention is I'm going to stop drinking the freaking mushroom tea every day, right? Just using a silly example, you guys. You will actually be able to do that because that's the natural astrological weather. So this is why it's so powerful to tune into this, okay? That can be a very grounding, stabilizing full moon in Leo for you. New moon in Pisces, your annual new moon in Pisces on February 28th is going to be in your first house. So this is very beautiful, empowering, magical new moon in your sign. So definitely set your intentions, think about your long-term goals, about your identity, how you want to show up, how you want to share your gifts and talents out in the world. And Pisces, a lot of you are the dreamers, the creatives, the artists, the spiritualists, the not humanitarians, that's Aquarius, but you guys know what I mean, the givers, the empaths. And the world is ready for you to truly be in your gifts and shine in your magic. So that's an amazing new moon to set your intentions around as we're stepping into the age of Aquarius. What role, what identity do you want to be seen as? Heather, thank you so much for the super chat. Love you. So Pisces, that's what I've got for you. And I'm sending lots and lots of cosmic love your way. Okay, we've gone through all 12 of the signs and the collective key transits for February 2025. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me, whether you're watching live or you're in the replay. And again, I'm sorry for some of the technical difficulties at the beginning of the video. I appreciate you guys being patient and bearing with me. Even though Jens and I are on the road, we'll still be doing all of our upcoming shows on the Beyond Mystic on our own channels. Monday and Wednesday's Daily Astro are going to be pre-recorded. The Beyond Astro tomorrow on Sunday, that'll be live. What else is going on? Jens's Expanding Consciousness, I think, will be live. And we'll do some pop-up stuff as well. So thank you so much, TJ, for the super chat. Love you all. And before I finish up, want to mention, really cool, over on the Beyond Mystic Academy, Jason, 4, and Coco have the new level 3 of the crypto crash course, all about secure cold storage. There's currently a discount code, 10% off with code JSNIP4. So you guys can go check that out at thebeyondmystic.academy. And you know that my personal astrology readings, if you'd like to have an astrology reading, are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net, as well as my workshops and courses available at the link below as well. And I love you all so, so much. It's going to be a very dreamy, magical, spacey, interesting February. And so grateful to be alive here with all of you during these times. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. And I will see you all tomorrow for the Beyond Astro weekly forecast. Love you all. Have a magical February. Bye.